Alright, so this is going to be sort of a different kind of video and one that I'm kind of excited to do. And I would like to start off by saying that this is not a sponsored video, it's not a paid video, I'm not being paid to do this. But at the same time, this is definitely going to be what I guess you could call a shill video. I'm definitely going to be promoting something here, and I want to get that right out of the way right away because that's what this is going to be. You don't have to complain about it because I'm coming right out and saying it. I haven't been paid to do this, but basically this box arrived a couple days ago, and it was a complete surprise. I do have some idea what to expect, but I was not told it was coming. I was not told what was going to be in it. Obviously, if I wasn't told it was coming, I don't know what's going to be in it. But I do think I have a pretty good idea of what might be in here. And if I'm correct, it's something that I've actually wanted to highlight and wanted to put on my channel for a while, but haven't really had a chance to do so. So, as I mentioned a couple of days ago, this box arrived. I don't know if you can get an idea of how big this is. This is a pretty large box here. And said it came a couple days ago, and it does have a sign here saying that it's perishable, so I certainly don't want to wait too long to open this. And this box came from the Ann and Alan Baking Company in St. Louis, Missouri. I also have to say I'm not actually sure how people prefer the pronunciation of that. St. Louis, St. Louis. To be totally honest, I go back and forth myself. I don't really have a preferred pronunciation for it. Sometimes if I see the word, I'll say St. Louis, and other times I'll say St. Louis. But either way, this box did come from the Ann and Alan Baking Company, and that alone should tip off a lot of people in the community who are watching this. I hope some people are checking this out. I realize this is not going to be, I probably should have mentioned that this is not going to be a ration review. I'm hoping there will be something to do a quick little sort of review on, but it's kind of a different sort of thing. It's not shelf-stable rations. It's something that's actually a commercial product, obviously something from a baking company. And for anyone that is not familiar with the Ann and Alan name, I will say that this came from, or at least I'm pretty sure, I'm probably 99.75% sure, that this came from Marilyn Scull. Marilyn is a member of the community. She does have a channel, but she doesn't have any videos on her channel, but very active in the community. She watches all the videos, comments everywhere, and beloved across the community. And as a matter of fact, so involved that she's even one of the moderators on Old Smokey's live streams. And I think some others too, some of the other people's live streams. So very involved in the ration review community. And while this isn't going to be a ration, as I've mentioned, it's something very worth taking a look at. And I don't want to wait any longer to get this open and check out what's in here. Or at least what I'm expecting is going to be in here. And the first thing we see is some bubble wrap. And then we see, this isn't exactly how I was expecting to see this, so this is going to be a surprise. Oh, alright, well, it's a surprise. I said I didn't know what was in here, and I can see already there's a surprise in here that's beyond what I was expecting to be. And we have a little note here, or a card, with G on it, as G Shells 9 is known throughout the community. And there's nothing on here that can't be on the screen. Enjoy. G, hope you will enjoy this. Marilyn Ann, Baking Mom Proud. Now I'll show you the other side when we get to what's below here, but to make the surprise even more of a surprise, apparently Marilyn has sent along a Russian ration. I'm going to be honest, I'm not real familiar with these, so I'm not exactly sure which type of ration this is, but it would certainly appear to be a 24-hour ration, judging by the size and the weight. It's definitely Russian. I'll do a little bit of research on this and hopefully figure out what it is. I don't know if this is a commercial one. It kind of has a sort of a commercial look to it, doesn't it? And I did see another thing on the back that refers back to the community again. This was sent to me by Marilyn, sent from the Ann and Alan Baking Company, and apparently this Russian ration actually came from Foreign MRE at foreignmre.com. So, more people to thank. So, already off the bat, thank you, Marilyn. I was definitely not expecting this. That's a very cool thing, and I hope I can get around to that soon. I haven't really had time to do a lot of reviews lately, and I feel really bad about that, but sometimes that's life. It just sort of happens. And there's two other things in here. I don't see the paperwork I was expecting. And what Marilyn and what Ann and Alan is really known for, I did take a look up at the Ann and Alan Baking Company website, and at the moment it doesn't seem to be. It looks like they're doing something there. It comes up, but there's no content. But they do have another company, I should mention on here, Park Avenue Coffee, and that's at parkavenuecoffee.com. And they do sell what is in these boxes there too. So no reason to panic about the fact that Ann and Alan's website doesn't seem to be running at the moment. I'm sure it'll be back. But what Ann and Alan, what Park Avenue Coffee, and what Marilyn are known for, other than the coffee for Park Avenue, is Mom's traditional gooey butter cake. This is something that is apparently a St. Louis tradition, or St. Louis tradition. And I mean, you can kind of tell by the name that it's going to be something really good for people that like sweets. And I am somebody that does like sweets. I don't really have any problem with them. And I mentioned in one of the live streams quite a few months back that I had never managed to get around to picking up any. And Marilyn managed to find my address through the community. She got my address, and I actually did. This is the second time I've gotten a surprise package. First time I was unfortunately not in a position to be filming it because my camera was broken. But now I have a second opportunity, and I definitely don't want to waste this one. So the Gooey Butter Cake is, you know what? Let's just take a look at it. I don't know if these are, looks like these might both be the same type. The thing that's interesting is that in addition to these, oh good, they do have all the paperwork in here. And this is different. Okay, the last ones I got were in rectangular pans, and they look like just basically like cakes. It looks like they have something, this must be something special for Valentine's Day. And I am filming this on February 8th, so that's quite appropriate. Maybe I should actually hide these and give them to Mrs. G. Schultz-9 as a Valentine's present. But yeah, it's definitely heart shaped, so that's cool. Didn't realize they did that. And this is what a gooey butter cake looks like. I think in some circles they're also called ooey gooey butter cakes. It seems like that might be going, I don't want to say a bit too far, but you know, gooey and butter is pretty much enough. And let's see what this one is. This is okay. This is more in the traditional size, traditional shape. Take these out of here. I need to see that. And here they are. I took the box away to make this a little bit more visually appealing, I think. And here are the Gooey Butter Cakes from Marilyn. I don't really know what to say besides thank you, Marilyn. This is a pretty amazing surprise. I mean, Marilyn's a pretty amazing person. You'll hear that from a lot of people. Tracy Phillips, I'm sure, would agree. And this is really cool that we have this Russian ration that I have to find some time to review. So this will be for another time, but I did want to acknowledge this because obviously that's an awesome gift, an awesome surprise. And thank you from Art and Nina from foreignmemory.com too, since that's where it came from. But for the rest of the video, I want to talk about and probably try out one of these cakes here. And on the other side of the card that Marilyn sent, there's a note saying, "You're about to experience St. Louis's, or St. Louis' official unofficial dessert, Gooey Butter Cake. We have taken Gooey Butter Cake to a whole new level with 73 different flavors, all to delight your taste buds. We hope you enjoy every bite of every slice." I sort of let that slip. I was going to mention it a little bit later. And these, I believe, are both, I don't want to say plain, but the original, it does say on the box, Mom's Traditional. So this is the original flavor. But in this pamphlet that also came along with the cakes is a lot of information on the company. This is a 9x9, but I also have it at 9x13. And I'm going to put down below, I'm going to put down links to Ann and Alan, to Park Avenue Coffee, and some other stuff that might be of interest. All the information that you really need to be down there, but you can also find a lot on here too. So they do have it in 9x9 and 9x13. A lot of information on the cakes, and then what I think is the most interesting thing about this is this in itself, the original traditional one, is enough to really make anybody happy that likes sweet stuff. But as mentioned already, there are 73 flavors of gooey butter cake. That's pretty amazing. I'm not going to mention each one because this is already going to be a long enough video and I wanted it to be short, but you can take a quick look through here. The last shipment I got had two cakes. One was the traditional and one I believe was the apple. They're both delicious, but look at all these flavors. That's a lot. And look at this, peanut butter and chocolate, chunky peanut butter, pecan pie, peppermint bark, pina colada, pineapple, pumpkin, a couple that are seasonal ones, raspberry, red velvet, rocky road, s'mores, strawberry. This one, Elvis, peanut butter, chocolate, and banana. That's awesome. Coconut is a cinnamon roll, and right below it is cookies and cream. Key lime, lemon, Irish cream, caramel apple pecan, or pecan, however you want to say it. Chocolate chip cookie dough, chocolate covered cherry. Wow. Chocolate covered strawberry, chocolate key lime. Alright, there's a lot of things on here. Alright, here's some more information on the history of gooey butter cake on this card here. This is another thing that came with the cakes. I'm not going to read this whole thing, but if you want to read it, you can pause here. It does say gooey butter cake originated in St. Louis, Missouri by mistake. And so here's the story of that. That's pretty cool. It looks like in August of 2006 was when they opened the coffee shop. And here's some more information here that you can also pause if you want to read all of that. This was featured on Food Network. That's pretty cool. And I see on here is also the Food Network, you have Travel Channel, you have the Today Show, and Chicago Tribune. Looks like all of them had featured or done reviews on this, so that's pretty cool. And the last thing we'll take a look at is this enjoy card, which is what we're about to do. On the back it has some good information here. Gooey Butter Cake care instructions. Cake does not require refrigeration. Serve cake at room temperature. Enjoy unrefrigerated cake within 7 days from arrival. Refrigerating the cake will extend the freshness to 14 days, and cake may be frozen in unopened original packaging for up to 30 days. So as I did mention, it's not a shelf-stable food, but considering that, it's pretty good. I mean, they do ship these all over the country. I don't know if they even ship outside the country, but you can see it's sealed really nicely. So even though this is a fresh cake, it's going to last for, it says up to 7 days after you receive it, so I'm guessing probably like 9 or 10 days. And then you can double that by refrigerating it, and you can also freeze it. And it did say up to 30 days. I think they're being safe. The last one I had, the shipment came in, once I ate the first one, I needed to take a break, and it ended up in the freezer, and I think it was in there for probably about 2 months, and it was totally fresh. It tasted wonderful when it came out, so I think you can extend that a little bit, but they have to be safe. Kind of like MREs, say 3 to 5 years, but we've obviously seen 25-year-old ones that were just fine. So why don't we go ahead and take a look at one of these cakes, just to finish up. Ooh, I can smell it. It kind of smells, the initial smell is like a yellow cake. It smells very sweet. And it's got this kind of like coating on here. Looks like you can see the butter in here. Yeah, let me cut out a little piece here, just to give it a try. As I mentioned, I have had a chance to try these before, so it's not my first time, but it's still pretty exciting. I'd say moist would definitely be the word. They say gooey, and I think there's a reason for that. Alright, now let's give this a taste. You can see the crust, and it just kind of turns into the cake, and then it's got that sort of, it's almost like a frosting on top, that's sort of covering there. Wow. Gooey is an appropriate term for this. The kind of look and almost consistency of the feel of it before you taste it, it's kind of like a lemon bar. That's a pretty moist thing in itself, but this is like a whole nother level. It just kind of, it doesn't melt in your mouth, but I don't know, it's gooey. What can I say? I mean, all this stuff kind of like just blends together. It's very tasty, considering that the flavor really is just butter. It's not like one of the 73 flavors that has all different kinds of stuff in it. There's a lot of flavor coming off of that. And it's soft in the middle, but it does have a little bit of a crunch. I think that's the stuff on the top. And the crust does add a little bit of extra texture. It's not crunchy or hard or anything. And it seems to be like almost the same flavor as a cake. Everything just kind of permeates through the whole thing as far as flavor. Can't say that I would necessarily recommend this to somebody with diabetes. It seems to be very sweet. I don't really see the ingredients, but in addition to butter, I'm sure sugar is in there. Yeah, I mean, I'm a sweets person. I think I have to take this kind of slow, take a little bit of time. I bet this would go great with coffee. It's just a great dessert. Mrs. G Schultz 9 is not really a sweets person. She's not really a ration person. Would rather have more healthy kind of homemade food. She tried this last time, and she thought it was excellent. So that's saying something too. And the girls, they both really enjoyed it. And seeing as how they're kids, that's not really a huge surprise. Sweets, but this is what's the word? Luxuriant. It's decadent. Decadent. That's a good word to describe it. That was almost a misnomer calling it a cake. It's more of a, I'm not sure, like a kind of like a tart sort of a thing. I mentioned lemon bar. It's a little bit like a gooier version of something like that kind of consistency. But I guess I'd better stop now. I don't want to do too much of this, but I think you get the point. This is a pretty amazing thing. So I was about to finish, but I just got a text, and I think I'm going to have a couple surprise taste testers that are about to come in the door. So it's a little bit unplanned, but so I think we're going to have somebody else to taste this and give us their opinion on it. If you can hold on for just 1 second. And they're coming now. Hello.
Do you hate us?
No. Does anybody want to try some gooey butter cake?
Sure.
Min, you want to try some?
Sure. Oh, I love this stuff so much.
Am I in video?
You're on video. This is Mrs. G. Schultz 9 trying Gooey Butter Cake.
All right, let's see.
And Minnie.
And Minnie.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Shh, you're so weird.
Oh my god, it's so good.
Can I have the rest?
Yeah, sure. There's more. There's more to come.
Okay, wait a minute. We had a different one before.
Yeah,
No.
we had the plain one, or the traditional one, and we also had an apple one.
What? She ate it all.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
There's more.
It's so good.
Okay, wait a minute. But this... Out of my way, sister. Oh. Does this have frosting on it or something?
It does have this like sort of like crust on it.
Oh my god.
I guess it was on the last one. I don't really notice it as much.
No. No. Get your own fork.
No. Dad.
Oh my gosh.
Forget about it.
Okay, fine. Here.
So this is from Marilyn. If anybody wants to say thank you to Marilyn.
Marilyn!
Thank you so
You
much.
rock. Marilyn's the best.
And happy Valentine's Day.
Oh. Oh, isn't that cute?
Yeah. I didn't even know they had that. They have 9x9 and 9x13s. I think the last one's got the 9x13s. This
Have
is
more.
9x9, and apparently they
Yes,
also
you can have
have
more.
something special for
The whole thing.
special occasions. All right,
Wanna
we
do
do have to save some for
No.
the. We're having an Oscar party tomorrow.
Wait, why don't we serve the... I mean, she could pack this whole thing away.
Yeah, that's probably not a good idea.
Why? She's a grown girl.
No.
Oh my god. It's so good. Okay, this does not work for you to eat straddling the camera. This is amazing. I love the texture, and it's just put that in the sink, honey.
You put it in the sink.
Don't be rude. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a butter cake. You know, that's all it's
Oh
called.
my
but
god.
It's so much flavor, right?
It's a ton of flavor, and it's creamy, and it's also got like the sugary crunch on the bottom.
And you know how like when you're eating cake and you want like ice cream with it because it's so like dry? This like you don't need ice cream.
No, no.
That's
It's
a good
like
point.
yeah, like it's perfect.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I got some on the camera. Hold on.
Okay, stop trying to eat with your fingers, because step
All right, so I'm going to finish this up. I just want to say one more time. I want to say a big thank you to Marilyn for this awesome surprise package, including this Russian ration and these 2 gooey butter cakes. And I don't know, why don't we finish up by all saying thank you to Marilyn.
Thank
you, Marilyn.
So much.
And thank you for watching.